know that the world has never been fair, not to anyone. It doesn't matter if you're Caesar, Queen Elizabeth, whoever you are. Life has never been fair to anyone. The best thing that you can do, weka chini, ambia Mungu wako, God, you saw that mimi nilikuwa dedicated and I have done to my level best venye naweza. Shida ni binadamu hawana asanti. Binadamu anaweza kukuondokea masaa yote. Binadamu anaweza kukubetray masaa yote. In your mind, you should have it at the back of your mind. Be prepared. Be ready to accept these things. Na kama wewe umekuwa ukilelea watoto wenyewe, jua wewe kenye umekuwa ukifanya, baraka zako kwa Mwenyezi Mungu utapata tu bado. Because you've been doing right by those kids.
Sasa utasema kila kitu hadharani alafu.
Bro, nataka unisikize. Uniambie if it's truly fair. Miaka 3 nimekuwa nikijaribu, umeoa mtu anakataa kupatia watoto. I just came to learn recently, nimekuja kujua kumbe amekonga kiendanga kujidunga zile mavitu bro. Angalia. Hizi ziko huko. Nilikuja kurealize juzi. I didn't even know about it. Mimi nimekuwa nikijaribu mpaka hadi mwenyewe nikaanza kujishuku kwani ni mimi ndo niko na shida.
Bebe, aina aje uanze kusema kila kitu hadharani. Nini? Tushamalizana nao. Tusitwende shughuli zenye tulikuwa nazo.
Why are you doing this to me?
Doing what?
Mengi masani machache. Hodari Homes, we are back, bigger, better and more affordable this time. Imagine with 99,000 Kenya shillings or 95,000 Kenya shillings only, you become a landowner in Malindi or Rimuruti. And you can also go for installments and a deposit of 10,000 and 15,000 Kenya shillings as indicated and become official landowner with the title deed. Saizi kusema ni title deed. Mavijana, let's wait no more. Get the best opportunity and grab yourself a shamba. And do not forget, every Saturday is site visits. Hodari Home, 2G, Amini. And for more details, do not forget to call this number below. Mambo vipi, kama kawaida, this Comrades Flavor, your number one Comrade online TV, where we educate, we entertain, and most importantly, we empower, guys. If you're new here, we do it like, subscribe, and don't forget to share. Road to 300,000 subscribers, and I want to thank every individual, every person that show love to our content, and every other new person who comes here. Kindly feel welcomed, feel entertained, feel educated, and continue referring people, because in Comrades Flavor, we never disappointed. We ensure that we keep you updated each and every day. Anyway, much has been happening. Mambo ni mengi, like I always say, masani machache. And it's my duty. Whenever we do everything, we have to do a follow-up, which is very much important, because without follow-up, then there's no meaning for doing all this. And actually, I want to urge you guys that I'm trying my best. Not all follow-ups will come through, but those who are willing to come back, we always say thank you. We talk to them. We listen from their side. We get to know what is building up. Anyway, I don't want to talk too much. Mambo ni mengi, masani machache. Let me invite one individual who had one of the very painful loyalty tests. One of the very painful loyalty tests that I've come across. We want to have a conversation. I want to understand his side of the story, and we want to know what is faring on and what's the progress and what are everyone talking about. Karibu sana bro.
Mambo vipi?
Sije tuanze na salamu kama Waluya.
Kabisa, muhimu pia.
Maisha inakupelekaje?
I won't lie to you, my brother, it has been rough. Been having some sleepless nights, but at the end of the road, I still thank God for my health and the fact that bado nina hiyo uhai yangu na nataka kuendelea kuishi. But maisha, since that day, it has been hell on earth. But I think I'm going on well, Sai.
Wow. First of all, let me appreciate the fact that you appreciate you are alive, which is the most important thing.
It's really important.
Yeah, because men go down, we rise, women go down, we rise at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And as a man, once born, you should be ready for everything and
True.
for these things. We
True.
thank God, the earlier the better. But for the sake of other men, because you are not alone.
Yeah.
Sijui kama umeona many people who have undergone the same stuffs, nini.
Yeah, actually, after that day, through the pain and the struggle, I actually started watching your videos. I started following up on your videos, and it has actually helped me because I came to realize that kumbe I'm not alone. These are things that people go through, and some people even go through worse, you know. So I just have to appreciate my own struggles and deal with them
Wow.
at the moment.
Getting back to the elephant in the room and what we want to understand. Question number one, where is your wife, or how is you and your wife faring on? Or what has happened ever since, whatever happened up to date?
To be honest, I wasn't actually ready to talk about it, but I think I'm man enough to actually say what has been going on. Ever since that day, alijaribu kunifuata na I just felt like we can't be even in the same environment. At that moment, nilikuwa nimefeel nimechoka, nilikuwa nasikia roho yangu ikiwa mzito sana. So I decided to just pick my clothes and leave the house. So ever since then, I left. Now actually I'm staying with a friend because now I have to restart my life all again. My friend has been hosting me, but the lady has also been trying to pull one or two strings through the parents. Ametuma wazazi wake, wamekuja wamejaribu kuniongelesha pale nyumbani. Wazazi wangu pia wamejaribu kuongea na wao, wamekuja wamejaribu kuniongelesha pale nyumbani. Lakini it gets to a point, my brother, that there's some things that you can't actually forgive, you know. Like, no matter how much I want to, the pain is too much. It's immense in my heart. I feel betrayed. I feel ni kama nimedhalilishwa mimi kama mwanaume. Knowing all the struggles that I've been through, knowing everything that I've gone through with her for all those years. As I told you, we've been together for 6 years and been married for 3 years. You know, that's a significant amount of time, right?
Speaking of marriage,
Yes.
there's a very important word that you said that I wanted us to discuss. That you said your mother sold some things just for you guys to get married and 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Actually, when it came to our dowry, kama venye wasemanga rorashio nini, the money that tulikuwa tunafaa kutoa haikukuwa inatosha. My mom now had to go back and she sold her things, like her own assets. She had to sell her own assets so that we can complete your process here, ratio and all that, you know. And ever since, my mom hasn't even recovered till now. She hasn't. And plus the corona thing, you know how it affected people. So it affected even mom's business, so there was no way that she could recover till now. I've been seeing my mother struggle from that point on, and then mtu anakuja na kufanyia kitu kama hii, knowing that ile sacrifice yenye imekuwa ikifanywa, it's too big. It's not even about my own sacrifice. What about her parents' sacrifice? What about my parents' sacrifice? What about the friends that we had? You know.
Let me ask you a genuine question.
Yeah.
You met the lady, you fell in love, you dated for 3 years.
Yeah.
You decided now this is your wife, you have to do things head on, everything has to be legal, and you have to take responsibilities as to take care of someone's daughter, right?
Yeah.
Can you describe the woman you met, the woman you've been dating, the woman you've been living with? Then.
To be honest, she was the most amazing woman that I've ever met with. I mean, I have dated several women, but for her, she just swept me off my feet. Her intelligence, her honesty at that moment was so real. She was like an angel that just fell for me, particularly for me. No. And she has rescued me severally from my own self. She has built me to become a better man. You know, she she's the one who made me move out of my mom's place. She challenged me. She was like, Baba, hey, what are you doing? Miaka inasonga, so si tufanyaje, suko na job, move out. She challenged me. If it's not for her, I wouldn't have started my life. But I did. And she's this woman who gets you closer to God. You know, she always kept on reminding me at the end of the road, babe, before lale, we need to pray. Babe, before we end the job, we need to pray. You know, she was good in all aspects. And that's why I was really shocked when it got to the point that ndo nikakuja kulearn. In between us, I knew I'm the one who had hizo mashida za kukuwa na hizo flaws za like kutaka kucheza manini, but she even changed me mpaka nikatoka kwa hiyo side kabisa, and now I focused on, nikaanza kufocus on us. That's why nika decide, let me propose to this woman, because at that point kama mtu amekutoa hadi sasa, you can't look at another lady. Huwezi angalia hata mwanamke mwingine, utamani hata mwanamke mwingine. You feel contented. And you know, for us young men, even through 6 years, ungekuwa ushaboeka na msichana. But I have never felt bored with her. You know, she always kept me lively, she always kept me alive. But whatever happened, and now I just feel like a destroyed man. Like,
where did you meet this woman?
We met back in university. By the time she was joining university, I was in my 3rd year. She was this shy girl. We met at the canteen. Mimi kwa nimeenda kununua kitu, and then I just saw this nice lady. I said hi to her. We became friends. We started hanging out for a little while, attending to parties together. Kidogo, we actually now, things started building up to a point that tukaanza kufiliana. Now, before we even started dating, we actually interacted for about 6 months or so.
Wow.
Through interactions, you know. Then about after 2 years, that's when I decided to go introduce her to my mom, because I had already felt like this is the person that I want to spend the rest of my life with. So I wanted her to feel like she's at home, like she belongs. I wanted to show her that I am actually serious. So let me now take you to introduce you to my people, so that my people can know you, so that you know that I'm not taking you for granted. So I took her to my people, and then 2 months later, I think she felt challenged. She decided to take me to her mom's place. Funny enough, at her place, I am actually the first guy that she has ever brought home. Even according to her mom, even according to her dad, according to her baby sisters, you know, I was the first person that she took there. So I felt like that is a really, really big privilege for me. You know? Yeah.
Now, speaking of Skoma in the area, how are you guys related to this lady?
This lady Skoma. This lady Skoma, she was more or less like a best friend to my wife, you know, and they were friends for a very long while. Even after we started dating na mama na nini, they were friends in university, actually in the same uni. So yeye na mama walikuwa wanashinda pamoja, so even going to the parties and stuff, Skoma tulikuanga tunashinda tumeenda na yeye nini, you know. She could come around, she could maybe tukiamua kwenda swimming, we'd go together. Sometimes we even went for a holiday together, like for about 3 days or so. So she's somebody that amekuja mpaka hadi anajulikana kwa mafamilia zetu zote mbili, you know. She's somebody that I took like my own family, because I saw how much yeye na mama walikuwa close, you know. Then after a while, Skoma disappeared for a little while. After now, she had come hosting kwetu. Then all of a sudden akatuambia, hey, ni aje mimi hata nimepata shughuli mahali. Thank you guys for hosting me nini. She went away. After that, we didn't hear from her for a little while. But then Nikakuja kunotice kuna time ningeingia kwa nyumba naweza pata wana video call na mama. They were talking and I would just say hi Skoma, how are you, and that's it. Kumbe Skoma had gone to coast. She had started her own livelihood. You know, I wouldn't want to shame ladies who do that, but she started that type of livelihood ya kutaka kuenda utafute mzungu ufanye nini. So see, I always trusted my woman that she would never fall into such a trap. You know, that's why it never bothered me. That's why it never dawned to me like Skoma might be misleading my lady or anything at all. But then came as a shock to me the last day.
Skoma is not married, right?
Yes, she is actually to a Mzungu guy. But to that Mzungu guy, he's in and out of the country mostly. So mostly still Skoma does her own shit. Anafanya tu vitu zake. Unapata this time unasikia ameenda mahali, ameacha mtoto na mboch.
Akona mtoto.
Yes. She does have a baby.
So mtoto wake ni wa Mzungu.
Mtoto wake ni wa Mzungu.
So could it be maybe your wife was just a good person but Skoma is the cause of everything?
I totally do believe in that. I know that my wife is or my ex-wife, apparently, for me, I know that she's a good person. She's this person with a big heart. But then, according to the new trends, friends mislead friends. Instead of protecting each other, we are misleading each other. You know, you think that you can get a better life by getting easy money from someone. You know, rather than building a foundation together, a friend would come and tell you, mbona una struggle? Na hapa tunaweza enda na tucheze na uomoke mara moja. So you see now, such things zimefanya. I think hizo vitu zilifika mahali. It's too much to get tempted even as a human being, my brother. I think so.
So in this case, Skoma, your wife, there's something you spoke of which was so sensitive, son. You have a good wife, everything. Why would your wife use contraceptives while you are not aware? For a whole 3 years, you don't have a kid. What was your agreement when you people are getting married?
Okay.
Mkwe na mtoto, msikwe na mtoto.
As we were getting married, I've always told her, if there's something that natamani, ni kukuwa na mtoto. That's the one thing natamani sana kwa dunia. And according to her at that moment, she was okay. We will have a kid. But at first she told me, babe, let's do this. Since tumeoana sai, why don't we take this 1 year just for us? Let's take it like our honeymoon. You know, time for us. Because now, you know, with the baby coming, you know, now it's no longer about you and her. It's about all of us now. And mostly it's about the kid.
Yeah.
So she said, give me 1 year. I gave her that 1 year. Then after that, she did tell me she's off the contraceptives. I trusted her in either way. So in my mind, I think I always tried to create excuses for her in my head. Because I was always like, maybe juu aliacha, so unajua kuna hizi side effects, anaweza take a while before apate ball, akishachana na contraceptives na nini. So I was always trying to convince myself like, maybe ni venye aliacha, ita take time kidogo before apate ball. But then it got to 2 years. And I was like, hata kama ni contraceptives ku wear out, by now, inafaa kuwa ilisha wear out kitambo. We got to the 3rd year. I asked her, she told me I'm not on any contraceptives. I don't know why we are not getting pregnant. I tried to challenge her to go to consult to medical professions, but she was never up to it. Right now I'm actually realizing that there was always an excuse. You know, she always knew how to dodge. You know, when you stay with a woman or even your own partner, not necessarily a woman, but whenever you're staying with your partner, they know how to either manipulate you, no, to get something out of you, or to escape something that you're trying to insist on. So I think she had read me and she knew now anajua venye anaweza ni manipulate na venye anaweza dodge hizi vitu, anaweza dodge conversation every time.
Now, let me ask you a question. From your intellectual perspective, or how you view this thing, because someone doesn't even need to go to school to know that 1 + 1 is 2.
Yeah.
This lady has been using contraceptive for, let's say, about 3 years. And here you realize. What do you think were her intention? Or what was her end game? Or what was she planning? According to your own thoughts,
Okay.
after everything has emerged.
After everything had emerged, now after the last time that we were together, I think her end game was, I was like a stepping stone. I sat down and really thought about this. And I realized that I think to her, I was actually only a stepping stone. As she's waiting for that next better level, that in her head she thinks it's a better level. So mimi nilikuwa tu ni create hiyo foundation, akae asikue homeless ama asikue nini ama nini, asikose, asifanye nini, you know, akona kwake, akona nini. But at the end of the road, I think I was just a stepping stone. Nilikuja kurealize ingefika mahali, and I would actually wake up one day and find that, Allah, kumbe I'm alone.
I get you.
And my brother, let me tell you, for us men, apparently, we don't mostly ask for love. We actually mostly ask for respect. You know, for women, they are more into love. You know, they want love. First, we do want that respect. She had given me that respect to a point now that I was actually really in love with her. And there's nothing as wrong as a man who's really in love with a woman. It blinds you from everything else. Kila kitu ingine. Hata kitu ingine jaribu kukudistract, you won't see it. You're only seeing that woman at that moment. Simply because of, in the name of love.
Love.
You know, and there's nothing as painful as a man being hurt. A man who is in love. Sometimes it's hard for us to even show our tears, but they're there. We feel it. Right now, my brother, I'm telling you, I'm just fighting my tears back. It hurts. It destroys a person. It destroys your morale. Right now, even at work, I am not as productive as I was. How would you even be productive if you're sitting there and the only question that is in your mind is why? Why me?
Or where did you go wrong?
Where did I go wrong? What did I do to deserve this? I was trying to do right, but then it's like a slap. It's like you're being slapped all of a sudden. And yet you've only been trying to do right by someone.
Moving forward, do you think there's possibility of you and her getting back together? Or meeting her even face to face?
To be honest, I don't really think that I have the strength to even meet with her, nor even to look into her eyes directly. Because I think if I see her, the more the pain that will be. I've sat down, I've been considering either to get back or not, and nafsi yangu yenyewe imenikataza mimi mwenyewe, sitaki kurudiana. I don't want to be anybody's boy toy. I don't want to be anybody's stepping stone. I am this type of a person that you can build a foundation with and actually make that foundation a full gorofa, you know.
Wow.
But then, if you stick to that type of a person, no, Steve, I've always believed ikifika mahali uone mtu anakuconsider wewe kama second hand goods, take yourself out of that picture, because you'll never be first hand goods to her or to him. Utakuanga tu wewe ni mtumba kila saa. And it hurts when you come to realize that. It destroys a person. It doesn't matter if it's a lady, it doesn't matter if it's a man. It destroys someone.
Bro, as we are speaking right now, there's someone watching this video. Probably has just discovered 3 of the kids he has been raising is not his. Someone has just discovered that the woman she thought is the love of her life actually is another second Mtumba person there. This person has lost hope. He's almost killing himself. He's almost going to die. What advice would you give such a person?
To such a person as you, my brother, seated there watching, I'll tell you honestly, know that the world has never been fair, not to anyone. It doesn't matter if you're Caesar, Queen Elizabeth, whoever you are. Life has never been fair to anyone. The best thing that you can do, weka chini, ambia Mungu wako, God, you saw that mimi nilikuwa dedicated and I have done to my level best venye naweza. Shida ni binadamu hawana asanti. Binadamu anaweza kukuondokea masaa yote. Binadamu anaweza kukubetray masaa yoyote. In your mind, you should have it at the back of your mind. Be prepared. Be ready to accept these things. Na kama wewe umekuwa ukilelea watoto wenyewe, jua wewe kenye umekuwa ukifanya, baraka zako kwa Mwenyezi Mungu utapata tu bado, because you've been doing right by those kids. But at the end of the road, know that you are not alone. Know that tuko wengi tunaumia huku nje. Na omba tu Mwenyezi Mungu, mwambie aweze kukuondolea hizi vitu, aweze kukuepusha na au watu ambao wanataka kukutumia, ambao wanataka kumanipulate, wenye wanataka kukudhalilisha. Omba tu Mwenyezi Mungu wako akusaidie, ndugu yangu ama dada yangu, kama umekaa hapo. Just be ready for anything. As a human being, we are not perfect, and to be honest, just be strong for yourself. It's important to always be strong for yourself, because people will destroy you. People will destroy you, but if you're not strong, I promise you, you'll end up either committing suicide or doing stupid things, or getting into depression. Never let anyone take you for granted. You are worth more. You deserve better. So the best thing that you can do, walk away, go, get somebody who's better, okay? Just go and get somebody who is right for you. That is all that I can tell you, my brothers. Like nimekubali, it hurts me, but I think it's best for me to move on in life. And even for you, I think it would be best if you move on.
Wow. My advice to everyone and to you, I think it's best for you guys to move on. Make best decision, take your time, but don't do anything silly. Yeah, I think that's all we can do, because we go through these things. Every other person out of 200,000 people watching this, probably over 150,000 go through same things every day, in the morning, evening, there's someone. But never kill yourself for someone else's mistake. Time wasted can never be blamed.
Actually.
And at the same time, you can't blame yourself for those years. Maybe God knew why. And our life is already scripted by the Almighty. We're just living to fulfill His scripture.
It's true.
Otherwise, guys, it was pleasure having you people. Continue subscribing. Continue showing your love. See you when you see us. Till next time. Adios.
Peace.